Firstly, we'll be talking about GP and what really happened with GP overnight. Yesterday, must have seen GP rose quite strongly. I mean, it hasn't testing the highs of 1.3046 hasn't been this high for quite a long time now. Last time with this high was on, let's go to short time frame. Last time GP was this high, let's zoom out, was on 8th of September, so about a month ago. So it hasn't been this high in a month, so that's what we're expecting. Let's see what GP does. So we're gonna go quickly to the weekly time frame. So quickly on a weekly time frame, we can clearly see GP is testing a very strong resistance level of a weekly resistance level of this level here. The reason I'm saying this is quite a strong resistance because last time the price was here on 9th of March. This year, it was a very strong bearish momentum from it. So it dropped all the way from 1.13185 to as low as 1.2263 in the same week. And then it continued to drop all the way back to lows of 1.1455. But that time, it was, start of coronavirus, the start of lockdown issues. And, Boris Johnson announced there's going to be a lockdowns around London and UK. So for that reason, we had a GP plummet quite strongly. But currently, GP is testing a very strong resistance again at the level of 1.3064. We know that GP hasn't been able to really break above this level for quite a long time now. So most likely what's going to happen is GP is going to reach this level. So if I just zoom in quickly. So GP is going to reach this level, retest this level, which is about 1.36. So about 20 pips or so. So we're expecting on Monday night when GP, on Sunday night when the market opens, GP most likely going to retest this level and most likely it's going to drop from there. So when it starts dropping, it could go as low as we expect GP to come back and retest the levels of 1.296. Now we do not expect GP to actually stay at that 1.30 level, for this coming week because there's going to be a lot of news coming from Brussels about Brexit, and we do expect that FTSE. Let me just pull up FTSE right now. So if I have it here, UK 100, that's it. So we do expect FTSE, if I go to 15 minutes, so we do expect FTSE to keep rising because clearly we saw yesterday FTSE was dropping quite strongly. For that reason, we did see GP rising quite strong, rising when the stocks drop, usually country rises, but we can see that FTSE currently again testing a quite decent support level at at the 15-minute time frame or the short time frame. Is testing a quite decent support level. So on that basis, we could see FTSE rising from here. Plus, there's going to be a positive news. If there's a positive news from Brussels about Brexit, we could see FTSE rising as high as again to highs of 6,000 or even higher than that. So keeping a close eye how that really moves because GP is actually testing a very strong resistance right now, as I just said. And we can clearly see that if I just create a box quickly here, we can clearly see that on a short time frame, GP as going lower and lower. So we can see that green candles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And at the end, we saw a bearish, something of kind of a bearish doji at the highs of 1.3049. So that could be a good signal for us, that's showing us that, we could be seeing some kind of a bearish momentum from here on out. First level, it could retest back to lows of 1.3045. So it could drop about 30 pips or even 40 pips straight away. And this could be the first resistance level it could test. But if that level breaks, then we could see, as I said, lows of 1.2949. So GP could be getting very volatile in coming weeks. Yes, it could be really bearish in coming weeks. And we also have another, confirmation from our EMA, MACD indicator right now that shows that, GP could be, turning to a sell right now after rising so much. Of course, sellers are getting stronger right now, as we can clearly see from the size of the candles, and buyers are getting exhausted again from the size of candles. We can clearly see that, hardly any buying pressure at this highs, and we could see, GP dropping from here on out. Let's quickly go and then next thing we're going to talk about DXY. So what's the DXY role in coming days, because the elections are coming up, and, as you can already know that Trump has been tested positive, and he said that he hasn't been tested negative yet for coronavirus, but he will still be, going through with the presidential debate online, on air, which is really not recommended. It might get blocked. And if that happens, that would mean that Biden, the presidential candidate, would get around 1.5 hours of him speaking and answering questions, which is really, really good because that's all you need, right? So if that happens, then we could see a dollar plummet more, because that would be a good sign for stocks, because they will have a clear view of what's in coming days will Biden policy will be when he comes into the power. But he has one very bad policy that most of the investors won't be liking it, because he's thinking of raising corporate tax. So again, if the tax gets hiked, it's going to be bad for companies because we start paying more taxes for the employees, more taxes on the products, more taxes on the services. And if that happens, of course, that's not a good sign, and that's going to give some kind of shock to stocks, and stocks probably will start dropping on that negative bearish news. So if that happens, we could see dollar rising. The dollar also is currently coming to a very strong support level on a weekly time frame. That support level of 92.81. So in about let's see, in about 200 pips or about 20 points or so, it will test a very strong support level of 92.84. From here out, we can clearly see last time the price was here on 21st of September, it was a massive rise. So we can expect similar rise from there. So you can see that GP and Euro GP is reaching a quite strong resistance, and we can clearly see that dollar is reaching a quite strong support. So it could just play out that GP starts dropping and dollar starts going up, and if GP starts dropping, it will drop very strongly, and if dollar starts going up, it will go strongly up, because this is a very strong buying pressure. It will definitely see a very strong buying pressure at this support level. Let's go to short time frame. Let's see how the candles are reacting. So again, it's similar how GP candles are reacting, getting smaller and smaller. We can clearly see that sellers candles are getting smaller and smaller. And when the market really opened, there was an engulfing pattern. So let me show you what engulfing pattern really looks like. This is a bullish engulfing pattern, because you clearly see that this green candle has engulfed this red candle. So because this red candle can easily fit in this green candle, and this usually is a sign of a bullish trend. This is usually a sign that the market is bullish right now, and we could see some kind of a bullish momentum as soon as the market opens on Sunday evening, tomorrow around 10:30 p.m. GMT. So first level, as I'm saying, could be this 93.16 first resistance level that could test for dollar. If that level breaks, the next resistance level could be 93.28. So keeping a close eye how dollar really plays about in coming days, because dollar could be really strong as the elections comes closer. Dollar will be getting stronger because this election is most likely going to be not good for a lot of the companies, and if the companies stock starts dropping, then again, as I've explained again, that dollar will be going up, or any currency in the world goes up and the stock starts dropping. All right, something I'm gonna look at right now is other pairs that we can trade. Usually, people don't like trading GPSD, USD, because it gets too volatile. It gets really scary to get into the market. Sometimes market whips out so strongly that you don't know what to do. Sometimes you enter as a buy, it hits a sell, then it drops. Sometimes you enter as a sell, then it hits a sell, and then it starts going up. So keep other forex pair that you can trade, which is much more calm, much more doesn't move that much, and is much more easier to analyze. So something like ADSD is one of the pairs that I would recommend. It's very slow moving. It doesn't move more than 30 pips. Even that's a stretch. Sometimes it would only move 15-20 pips a day. So you can clearly see here, like from 9th of October, yesterday, it only moved from all the way from, let's say, at the bottom 108.49 to highs of 5.8. So it didn't move even 9 pips the whole day yesterday. So that's possible, but it's a very slow moving pair, but it's a very it's a slow moving pair, but it's a very reliable pair, because you know what's happening in the market. So for example, if it starts going down, it most likely will be going down till it finds a strong resistance. So if you can use your basic knowledge of support and resistance, you'll be really profitable when it comes to AD and ZD. But again, so let's say I'm doing a longer time frame, and I'm going to get rid of all the drawings here quickly. So let's say, we are seeing, I can easily spot support right now here, this support level here. You can clearly see this is a strong support level, because every time price reaches this level, there's some kind of momentum, but we can clearly see that price has broken below the support level now is a resistance. So, first level of next support level could be, this level here. So this EMA support level here. So we could see AD and ZD dropping back to the lows of 1.831. Again, yes, you can clearly see once the prayer goes up, it starts dropping, it's most likely going to keep dropping. So you could wait for a retest. So you could wait for a retest at this level. So this could be a retest level here. Once this level get retested, you can see drop from there. You could wait for a retest, or you can just enter the market, see how this candle closes. If the candle is another bearish candle, for example, if this candle closes in red, that could be another signal for us to enter the market. Another signal we're already seeing is that we do have a MACD crossover as well. So that's another signal that we're looking at for us to enter the sell in AD and ZD. And again, AD and ZD is a very slow moving pair, so it's not something at GP that you can take about 5-6 trades a day. You're probably going to find only 1 trade a day, or even 2. That's even stretching. So AD and ZD is one of the pairs that you can trade if you're like trading slow. Another pair that I can recommend you is CAD JPY. CAD JPY, again, when it starts moving, it does move quite a lot, quite strongly in a trend. So it's really easy to spot trends. You can spot trends quite early if you can just point out your support and resistance. So again, I'm gonna read all the drawings quickly. So again, so what's happening? We're just seeing that on a pure naked eye analysis that we can clearly see that it's going up. Let's draw some support lines now. So you can see that this is a quite strong support level because we can clearly see that price was here. Every time price is here, there's some kind of a reaction to this line. So if it breaks above, it keeps going up. If it comes retest, then it goes up. But if it breaks below, then it really goes below. So currently it has broken above it, and we can see it had about 2 types of retest: the 1 retest, 2 retest, and third one just closed in a bullish doji. We can clearly see that price came in, sellers came in the market, but then buyers came again and pushed the price upwards, and they are quite strong in the market. So market ended as you can say as a bearish. So but again, so next resistance level it could be testing is this level here. So you can see that this is the next resistance level for what's happening. So that's the next resistance level. So we can see that this could move another, let's say about 50 pips or so. So you can catch about 50 pips or so. Probably put my TP somewhere around just below this resistance level of 82.83, and could give us a risk to reward of something like this. And something like this could be a decent risk to reward. But again, it's not that good because you can't find really good risk to reward when it comes to these slow pairs, because they're hardly in a very good position, because you have to look for a very good support resistance to trade this less volatile pairs, because they don't move much. When they move quite a lot, so you don't really want to get caught in the other side of the momentum when you're trading this slow pair. So one of the pairs that we usually send signals off when the market is really slow or not moving or really volatile, and we don't want to enter the market when the market is really volatile, is CAD JPY and ADNZD. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Again, if we have a EA system that you guys all know about, you get the message about it. Again, if you have any questions about EA, you can ask me now. How EA works is basically it's a mixture of about 20 plus indicators. So that EA has EMAs, MACD, has RSI, plus has Bollinger Bands. So it's about 20 plus indicators, and it takes the trade basically how I just explained to you based on those indicators. For example, let's say that price came into a strong support level. Let's say this is a very strong support level, right? And price has two. So basically, it looks for the more confirmation. The more confirmation it gets, the more trades it takes of that pair. So for example, like price came in, retested this 50 EMA support level, plus is also testing a very strong, let's say, weekly support level as well. So it knows that is a very good chance for it to enter the market, and it will get confirmation from a support resistance analysis, from EMA, and from MACD. And for MACD showing a bullish, and plus other 17 indicators which show a good confirmation. So it looks for majority. So majority of the indicators say it's a buy, that it will enter the trade, and that's why it's been so profitable, because it doesn't just enter the trade on 1 or 2 indicators. It uses about 20 plus indicators for it to take trades. So every trade it takes, it calculates what's the risk, what's the reward. If it takes the trade now, would it be in profit? If it takes the trade later, would it be in profit? So that's the best thing about the indicator, guys. It uses its own mind to trade. It just not just enter the market for the sake of it. As all the other indicators out there, they just buy and sell on the support resistance. It doesn't work like that. It would most likely won't even take some time. It doesn't take any trades. Even the market is moving 100 pips, it won't take any trades, because it knows that this movement is just crazy right now. It's too volatile to enter any trades. So it won't take any trades that time. We'll wait for market to calm down, then we start taking trades. That's how amazing this indicator this EA really is, guys. So again, if you're interested to grow your money, if you don't have time to trade, and you're worried that you won't be able to take the trades on time, or you're missing out on trades, you do not want to trade anymore because sometimes it gets too much for you, then this indicator is for you, because we can grow your money without you worrying about anything. So if you're interested about this indicator, again, if you're a UK client, you get 2 weeks free. So it comes with 2 weeks free. So whatever profits you make in those 2 weeks is yours. Plus you can check the indicator out, how it works in those 2 weeks. And after that, when you're happy, we do not even charge you. There's no monthly fee. There's no hidden cost. There's nothing. We do not charge you a penny. We just take a profit share of 60-40 after a month. So basically after a month, you keep the 60%, we take the 40%, even though we do all the hard work of managing the account, setting up the indicator, looking over the trades at all times, but we're only charging you 40%. So if you're interested, please do let me know, and we can go from there. Thank you so much.